Hey guys, welcome to another day on the shop. Today, possibly letting that thing go. That's a different video. But the other thing we're doing is we are working on, you probably saw it in the thumbnail, this big old behemoth. 18-foot manta ray, 1996. Little old, little dirty. You got little fingerprints here from animals and whatnot. First, I need a battery. Second, I've got to run this thing to clean out the carb and the fuel system and everything else. Got a new fuel filter, stealing a battery out of my dad's bass boat that we just got. Just got the battery, not the boat. Let's go check this out here real quick. It's a little dim in here. You need some more lights. This shop is a 50 by 40 or 40 by 50, however you want to look at it. It is sweet. I love it. It's tall. You can fit anything you want in here. This is his 07 Triton, 18-foot aluminum hull with a 115 on the back. Like the last video, we've been here before. So I've been working on this thing a little bit on the side. Got a bunch of tools and stuff right here. Got two brand new batteries in here. One of those is coming out for a moment to go in the manta ray. We've got to fix a few things. We got some piano hinges that need new rivets, so we got to drill them out, put new rivets in. We've got rivet nuts that are coming out of the hole here for the trolling motor. And then we also have a little wiring dilemma right here, which I don't know why, but we're gonna fix all this and not make it have wire nuts. On top of, we're gonna clean up a few things. It needed new batteries, we got that. We ran the motor, it needed that. As I'm running 45 around the water, I blew the cap off of that, so I gotta order another one. And yeah, everything else basically works. Yeah, this is a project for another day. We're gonna clean it all up and make it look pretty. And he can hopefully sell it. Here is his 19-foot tracker with it's got the tandem axle trailer. This got a single axle, aluminum hull because he likes to beat stuff up with aluminum versus fiberglass. He's got a 150 on the back of this one, which runs freaking. It runs stout. I like it. Yeah. We only have one issue with it, and that is the rear depth finder. The rear depth finder does not want to work. It's the screen though, it's not the actual depth finder itself. But yeah, talking about depth finders, we've got one for the manta ray, and it's in a box in my truck. So I got to figure out how to do that. It's a Hawkeye, so it's a little gauge style, and it's a through hole. So it really works out towards keeping it out of the sand, beating it up, everything else. But we're about to have to go through all this stuff and figure out all the yummy stuff on it. And then we got some trailer maintenance as of, we got to cut this thing off and this thing off and put a new board right here. Some new carpet. My bimini top, it is no more. I got to buy another one. I destroyed it last year, so it was an accident on my behalf. So yeah, let's start work. I'm tired of looking at this thing and just fiddle farting around. We got 12 gallons of gas right here. We've got my dry box. We got some grease because the grease has got to go on a few different things. And then we got a truck full of different things, including prime. So yeah, let's get to it. Well, it's a hot and humid day. So first off, anyway, that doesn't have anything to do with anything. We're popping this off. Pulling this battery. It was built in 220, and it's like a 2-year battery or something like that. It's done its due diligence. The one over there was a 13. I don't know how it held up, but it did. And it is, yeah, it's getting replaced. So I gotta take this out and take this board out, probably take this backing off or not. I just know I need to get to the fuel filter right there, which I just replaced, but I'm gonna replace it again to make sure there's no sediment in the fuel tank because it's been sitting for months. Check the oil, make sure all the wiring's good, put a whole lot more new fuel into it, put the earmuffs on, and yeah, crank this thing with that other battery. That's what we're gonna get to doing right now. All right, so we're in here stealing a battery. Don't tell anybody. I have to steal a battery. So we're gonna loosen this trolling motor up and steal this battery. Hopefully get the main array cranked up so I can buy a battery after this and we can make those plans. So let's get this thing out real quick and we'll do that. Let's take a quick second out to show you a product I love. The official tool roll. But yeah, I absolutely love this. It's got most of my working tools in it. Little pouches for many different things. A little bit of wiring and picks and whatnot. It makes it quiet, unlike other toolboxes. Got all my sockets in there, short little sockets. Got some wrenches, some pliers, some more wrenches, some more pliers, some snips, and then screwdrivers. I love this. It fits really nice between the seat and the frame rail inside the Jeep. Yeah, really, really nice. Fits in the back seat of most of my vehicles and fits in my toolbox to my truck extremely well. So yeah, get you one. Link in the description below. All right, we're gonna pull this thing out real quick. It's on a charge. All right, first job done. Second job, we gotta empty that battery box out. Yeah, this is not a battery box, that's just a little Rubbermaid container that sucks. It's actually cracked, and the second battery I just put in there weighs 10 times more than this other battery I have in my hand, which is crazy. But yeah, so we need to get a battery box for that eventually, because I don't want things arcing or making that arc, and I want something that's not cracked, so if it does leak for some reason, it doesn't leak out into the boat and deteriorate the boat. All right, this battery is going bye-bye. I'll eventually, I guess, buy a battery for the bass boat, buy another battery exactly the same as what I just got out of there, and yeah, we'll use that. Oh, so let's get back to this and pull this other battery out. Got to unhook all the wires on it. Got one of the wires that has completely deteriorated itself and destroyed itself. Yeah, so this is a fun ordeal. If you look down here, first you see all that water. Second, if you can see this wire right here, it's moving. because the wire itself is about to break off. Because, oh no, it's just loose. I thought it was completely off. No, it's just loose. It needs a washer on there. That's my bad. Alright, well, I gotta take these off too anyway and pull this whole battery out. As you see, let's turn it upside down. 513. That's when this was purchased. Not good. So, let's get to this. Well, if you've never seen why I have a leisure battery in here, that second battery, it's not for the boat to actually run. That is actually a secondary battery just in case I, one, need it for backup to start the engine. Two is for any of my accessories as of radio, lights, whatever else. It comes into play with, oh, let's see what we get here. That little thing. That is a smart battery isolator. And that switch above it activates it. So what that does is, internally, I have the main battery over there, which is always charged from the engine as it's running, and it's only used for whatever this engine needs and that console needs. I put this other one in here, the second one. It controls radio and lights if I want it, which eventually it will. And then if I have issues and need to press that button right there, as of this other battery dies, it uses the power from the secondary battery, the leisure battery, over to the other battery to jump start the engine of any sort of things like that. But the battery isolator trickle charges the leisure battery from the engine as it's going over, I think, 12.8 or 13.3 volts. So you constantly have a charge on both batteries as the engine is running. There's better diagrams. I'll find one and it'll explain more. All right, another fix I got to do is, one is I need some staples up here. Two are these holes where screws have ripped out, or lags, whatever you would like to call them. This hinge down here, which you can see the other one over there is coming off, and I need to redo it with better lags. I need to pop this up here, do that for this, so this engine cover can lift and lower like it's supposed to instead of being torn up, because it's kind of ghetto rigged with sheet metal screws. So I don't know why. Yeah, that's next, and we'll get rid of this battery as well for the time being because we don't need it officially. And then we're going to dump in some gas, or at least check where the gas is first. We got to evacuate some, we'll evacuate. If not, we won't, and we'll put a lot of cleaners in it and everything else. I got to go to the store and get some earmuffs for my engine so that I can get some water to it. Yeah, we'll go from there. So, see you when I get back from the store. All right, so I wanted to check to see how much gas was in here real quick. All because, I don't know. So last time we ran it, let's see, looks like none. Yep, okay, good. None gas. None gas means when I put fresh gas in with additives for cleaning, aka seafoam, oh, it's gonna help. It's gonna make things work. And yeah, so, and then we can go take this on the water or clean it. I don't know which one to do first. You can see that's all just moldy. Needs to be sprayed off with a power washer or something. So let me jump down. We're gonna do that. This whole thing needs a polish. I'm gonna cut these off. And then eventually we need new tires because these are actually starting to crack. So I guess that's one of our next projects. Oh yeah, and I forgot about this one. Look at that. All the welds on this step have cracked. So it's time to pull that fender off, re-weld that, and do that. Not today. Later episode when we probably get wiring issues sorted. Today, what all I said before, so that's what we're gonna go do. All right, so we have 2 6-gallon racing jugs of fuel in here. This was the second thing of seafoam. I have the Marine Pro seafoam. I had to go get me some more earmuffs for this, or water muffs, whatever you want to call them. I don't really care, but they're on there. And so now we get to try and crank this engine over finally. Well, now we're going to start the water up. Turn it up a little bit. Hop in this boat. Crank it up. Fingers crossed. Everything sounds good. Let's see. Push in. Hold on. Let's push the button in. Let it sit for a moment. Still fueling up. Trying to get that fuel pressure up. You hear it whining. There we go. Listen to that thing roar. It's going. Oh yeah. Alright, just needs to warm up a little bit. Keep on going. Need that new good gas in it. So we're going to let it sit here for a minute and figure this out. Alright, so with this being phase 2 of trying to figure this out, listen to how beautiful it runs right now. Alright, in just a moment, it starts cutting. And I'm wondering, it's either a dirty carb or the fuel pump is going out. Fuel pump, I don't know when the last time it was replaced. Carb, I don't think it's ever been taken off here. So if I take it off, I'm going to have to just re-gasket it and clean it up and everything else. I'm not going to mess with anything much other than that. Right now it's running good. Whenever I rev it hard, it starts running right. I don't know if that's sediment or what it is, but there it goes. Start struggling, kicks right back up. So, we'll do it again. It just does that. But if I sit there and surge it really good and get into upper RPMs and give it a lot of gas a couple times and let the fuel really get into the carb, it runs perfect. But before then, it'll sit here and struggle like this. So I'm wondering if it's the fuel pump going on. So I'm going to order a fuel pump, look at ordering a gasket kit for the carb, and clean it all out. But I have a feeling it's more of the fuel pump than anything else. Because once I rev it up, everything works out good and it sounds good. So I've already checked the fuel filter. It's clean, brand new fuel in it, new additives in it to clean the carb and everything else. It might just need a carb clean. It might just need a fuel pump clean. I don't know. So we're going to go down the list and slowly work this out. So right now, I'm going to hop online and look at ordering a fuel pump. Let's do that. Well, it's a new day. I finally got my parts ordered and in. So I got a new fuel pump, new spark plugs, new spark plug wires. So that's what's about to happen. I'll put all these in the link in the description below. And yeah, so if you have any questions or anything else, just look down there and the numbers should all be down there and the links. So but it's pretty straightforward, I think. So we're just going to go through and start replacing stuff. It needs to be new anyway, because I don't know when the last time all this was replaced. So that's why we're doing it. So let's get in here. Well, these things look pretty crummy and gross. They're not too bad, but it's been 2 years since I've replaced them. 3 years? 4 years? I don't know. But we got new ones. So these are out. New ones are going in with new plug wires. So it's a pain in the butt. I had to tear the seat down because things kept falling up under the engine. So yeah, I'm going to pull these plug wires right here and get this side done over here. And then work my way to the other side, which is somewhat easier because it doesn't have certain water lines and stuff like that in the way. And then we'll come back and we will knock out this fuel pump, which hopefully won't give me a problem. It may or may not. I don't know yet. We'll find out. All right, before we change the fuel pump, I want to test out the theory. So we got the hose on there. I want to just test out the theory that the spark plugs were the issue, so I don't have to change the fuel pump. But if it still breaks up and everything else, we'll change the fuel pump and then go from there. We're just gonna find out. So I'm gonna hop in here, cut this thing on, and we're gonna see what it does. Right. Well, we're still having a little breakup issue, but it sounds a whole lot better. It's idling. I'm trying not to fall. It's idling like normal, but the problem I have is it's just cutting up a little bit still. So we're going to replace the fuel pump and see if that helps, because it is, like I said, possibly 30-year-old fuel pump, and probably wouldn't hurt. Probably got chrome and rust and other things all up in it. Let's do this real quick because it's right here and I've got the pieces, so let's do it. Well, in this kit it comes with this top nut right here, but it doesn't come with these grommets that are on both sides. This holds to the mount next to the engine block so it doesn't vibrate or anything else. They look okay, they're not the best, but it the metal clamp actually squeezes the whole thing together. That's right down here. You can see it right there. Yeah, so shouldn't be an issue. I'm gonna pop this back in and crank it back up, and we're gonna see how this runs. Well, success, sort of. So it still does kind of break up a little bit every now and again. But it does sound better, and I think it's from a dirty car, but I'm happy. We got things done. I love when it does that. All right, well, the deal is fuel pump, fuel filter, new fuel, seafoam, plugs, and wires. So it's not breaking up nearly what it was before, and I'm happy about that. The fuel pump, it's gonna be in the link in the description below. So is the, what is it? The fuel filter, the plug wires, and the plugs. Now, I just got to take this thing out, and that'll be next week. Because this week, as of tomorrow, I'm flying out to Colorado to do some car stuff. So, I'm going to Pikes Peak International Raceway, and I am extremely excited about that. But, yeah, so, all right, well, we changed the spark plugs, got everything going. Moved my boat again from my parents' house to my house, and now the video's getting kind of long, so we're gonna separate this into two parts. That was this is one part. Next part is gonna be cleaning this thing up and fixing some other things that I need to fix, and getting ready for going out hopefully Saturday, which means I've got some work to do, and I got to do it kind of fast. So yeah, I'm gonna get to it, and y'all are gonna see that in the next video. So I want to thank you for joining to another episode of The Shop, and yeah, if you like the stuff in this video, definitely give it a like and a subscribe. If you have any questions about what I've used in the video, check in the link in the description below, and yeah, see you at part 2.